Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and great millstone who were well. Peace and mercy to the Tazadak Akim out there that's laboring in truth, all sincerity. All right, I want to say Shalom. All right, and through the spirit and power, how about Shem Yahweh Shai? I want to go into why, our people don't know who they are. Because in recent news, you have, your Kanye's, your Kyrie Irvings speaking about, how we are the children of Israel, man. We are the Hebrews. We are the chosen people of the Most High. And a lot of our people, it was brand new news to them. All right. And what inspired me to do this video is because, right after, through the spirit, usually I don't do this, but, I posted on my social media platform and I was basically saying, like, the apostles and, brothers been saying that we were the Israelites, but it took Kanye and Kyrie Irving to basically speak up on it. And now people are listening, pursuant to the scriptures. In Sirach, it says what? When a rich man speaketh, everyone extol his voice to the clouds, roughly paraphrasing, showing you that the scriptures is true as well. But furthermore, I posted the 12 tribe chart, for further edification, because I don't want people to think that only the so-called blacks are only the Hebrew Israelites. It's actually the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? So I posted the 12 tribe chart, and this woman, she was just, she commented on my post, really just inquiring. And through the spirit, I put a couple precepts down for her, but I'm like, you know what? Let me just do a video on it, a quick video. It sharpened me up a little bit too, with the basics. It teaches you how, the basics is meat, especially to those who don't even know that they're Israelites, when they first hearing this truth. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. All right, I'm going to start with verse 15. It reads, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." All right, so real quick, I just want to get a quick precept, because the laws, statutes, and commandments was only given to a particular group. All right. And, in this particular group was judged because they didn't follow these laws, statutes, commandments. All right. So I'm going to get Psalms 147, verse 19. It reads, "He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel." Okay. So I'm going to repeat it again. This is Psalms 147, verse 19. "He sheweth his word unto Jacob." And who is Jacob? All right. Jacob, all right, surnamed as Israel in the Hebrew is Yasha'Allah, Prince of the Power. All right, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. It reads, "His statutes and his judgments unto Israel." So the law was only given unto the Israelites. Okay, and I'll read the next verse real quick. "He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord." All right, so only the judgments were going to be upon the children of Israel because the laws, were given unto them to follow. All right, so we're going to go back to Deuteronomy 28, just to make the picture a little bit more clear. All right, this is back at Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. It reads, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." All right. And our people broke the law, statutes, commandments. All right. All the way back, in Egypt, man. in the wilderness, setting up idols, you know, you know. And we're not even going to give too many examples, but we're going to just keep it, simple. Just like how what people do to this day, break the law, statutes, commandments, committing adultery, eating not eating the lawful foods, just doing everything that's contrary to what the Most High wants us to do. And that's the reason why these curses are upon us. That's the reason why our women look at the Israelite man with disgust. It tells you that when you read on down, there's a reason why people are at a lower state here to this day. You see how people hooked on drugs, all right? Liquor stores in every corner in Jake communities, fast food restaurants in Jake communities, all right? Because you have to question, why is the greatest people at a lower state? It's because the curses are upon us, because we offended the Most High. So the Lord put the curses upon us, and we're still facing these trials until this day. All right, and the only way we're going to be redeemed from these curses is when Yahweh Shah returns, man. Okay? And to deliver his elect, because everything in his ministry is about the elect. All right? And then the 2/3 is going to be rebrought back into the kingdom through the elect. But furthermore, that's the reason why the curses are upon us, man. It's because we moved astray from the Most High. That's the reason why we went to different captivities. Okay? And I'm going to get that real quick. All right, before I move on, this is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse... I'm going to start from verse 5. It says, "Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies." And who are our enemies? All right, the so-called white man. All right, along with the other nations. When you read Psalms, the 83rd chapter, these other nations, all right, including Esau, they came together and took crafty counsel against our people, so we won't know this truth. All right? That's why things like iconoclasm was happening, when they whitewashed everything and, destroyed the books and the images of the Lord's people. Okay? Because they don't want us to know who we are. That's why when Kyrie, came out with this, saying that we the Hebrews, and Kanye said we the Hebrews, it was a shocker. When people heard that we are the real Jews, And for further edification's sake, the reason why they call themselves Jewish, when you break down the word Jewish, Ish goes into, it means to some extent, or to be like. So these damn devils want to be like us, man. I'm going to read it again. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 6. It says, "Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies." So we moved the Most High to wrath, man. So since we moved the Most High to wrath, we were delivered unto our enemies, man. All right, and I'm going to read one more verse. It says, matter of fact, 2 more verses. Matter of fact, 3 more verses. This is a heavy chapter. It says, "For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing to devils and not to the Most High." Our people were setting up, idols in the wilderness. And even more, our people were bowing down into other idols, man. All right? That was not the Most High, man. You see that throughout every captivity, man. Look at what happened in we was in captivity under the Greeks. It was people that was putting away, the law, statutes, commandments to serve Antiochus, man. All right. You had Israelites, acting like the heathen, man. All right, bowing down to their powers, their gods. All right, and completely, dismiss the Most High, man. All right. It reads, "Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up And ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. For when she saw the wrath of the Most High coming upon you, she said, Hearken, O ye that dwell about Zion, the Most High have brought up upon me great mourning, man. Great mourning. And that's exactly what the Most High did, man. You know, and our people are still mourning into this day. You know? There's nothing new under the sun. Our people were mourning in the time of the, you know, when we was in the Babylonians. You know, that read the book of Lamentations. You know, and just in different captivities, man. And our people are still mourning because our people do not know who they are. Our people are still lost. You know, they're not awoken up to the truth. All right. Our people are at a lower state. All right. You know, that's why you see a lot of Jake, you know, homeless, man. Or you see a lot of Jake in the jail systems, man. It's because these curses are upon us, man. Okay. But going back into Deuteronomy, chapter 28, I'm going to skip down to verse 64. It reads, And the Lord shall scatter among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and thou shalt serve other gods, whether neither nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And that's here in America, man. You know, that's here in America. Because one thing that makes this captivity, the transatlantic slave trade, you know, unique, and, you know, the Israelites coming here to the Western Hemisphere, is that when we came over here to the Western Hemisphere, we completely was discontinued from our heritage. We did not know who the hell we were. You know? Rather more in other captivities, we actually knew that we was Israelites, and we called on the names of the Most High, you know, and the Lord delivered us from those captivities and had mercy. All right? But when we was brought over here to the Western Hemisphere, you know, we completely did not know who we were. All right? In fact, that's why we were serving other gods. That's why you see Jake to this day serving who? Allah. All right? Bowing down to the pagan god Jesus Christ, the white, Salakia, that's Satan, serving Jesus Christ, who's whitewashed, and when Jesus Christ goes back into Serapis Christus, but our people don't know that, our people serve Allah, our people serve, the left hand powers as well, man. A lot of people into that witchcraft and to that black magic, man. But these are all prophecy. This is all prophetic, man. Why? Because it goes back into us breaking the law, statutes, commandments. All right? And our people were scattered, man. That's why you have our people, at the Israelites everywhere throughout the four corners of the earth. And I'm going to read the last verse. I'm going to get one more precept, and I'm going to wrap it up. It reads, And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. All right? And, and when it's talking about Egypt, it's talking about America. All right? Because America is also, the scriptures speak about in Revelations, the 11th chapter, that, Babylon is spiritually alike Sodom and Egypt. And Egypt represents the house of bondage. All right? And when you look at the back of your dollar bill, you see the pyramid. All right? All right? And you have to keep in mind that, Joseph and Mary, walked, all right, to Egypt, man, showing you that this is a parable. All right? So I'm going to read it again. It reads, And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. All right? Showing you that he's going to be brought back into bondage again, but this time through ships. All right? Via the transatlantic slave trade. By way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there shall ye be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, meaning no one is going to redeem us. All right? From this captivity, man. All right? And the only one who's going to come, like I said before, is going to be Yahweh Shah, man. All right? to deliver his elect. Okay? But we were sold into our enemies, man. And who was our enemy? Psalms 83rd, man. Starting with the so-called white man. All right? And all these other nations played a part, all right, of the slave trade, man. Okay? I'm going to give one more precept. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. All right? So the Lord have discontinued us from our heritage, man. You know? That right there is point blank, period, man. That's the reason why people are lost. That's why people don't know who they are. It's because the Lord, he discontinued us from our heritage. When you go into the word discontinued, it means stumbling. And when you read Jeremiah, the 6th chapter, it said the Lord has sent stumbling blocks until his people, man. Okay? That's why people call themselves African American, Jamaicans, and Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, because they do not know who they truly are. All right? And our people are not African Americans, man. All right? Africa was named after the so-called white man. America was named after the so-called white man. All right? Everything goes back into the scriptures, you know? And that's why you have to do your research. So if if the Lord, planted that seed, man, you have to, do your research, man. You know? Get into the scriptures, look at articles, documentaries, and pray ultimately that the Most High open up your eyes, man. All right, pray to the correct names, which is Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. All right. But with that, I'm gonna wrap it up right there. Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak Wadash. Shalom.